in and flood your mind. When you think you're going down, when you think you're not going to make it, when you think you're going to fail God, or you've not measured up, when the enemy comes in and tells you that you're unworthy, you're unholy, you're no good, you'll never get it. What do you do when the enemy comes in like a flood? You see, the Lord raises up a standard. Let me show you what that standard is. Look at verse 1. The Lord reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. And he's put on his armor and set for battle. You have to have a clear vision that your Lord and Savior is standing by. His eyes on your flood, his eyes on you. You have to have a clear vision of what God has promised here. I've not ignored you. I see where you're at. I see what you're going through. Look at me, he says. I have girded myself. I put on my armor. I have my sword in hand. And then read what it says, verse 4. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. God says, get your eyes off the flood, get it on me. I've got my sword in hand. I am more powerful. I am mightier than all your floods. I'm bigger than all your fears. Get your eyes off your fears. He said, I've girded myself. That hit me. I could hardly sleep. I picture my Lord standing over me, sword in hand. He knows how far it can go and no farther. He'll come and slay the dragon in his time. He's saying, now you just stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. You just put your trust in me right now. Don't be afraid.
Summertime and the living is easy.
Oh boy, what is this now? Hold on a second. She's not saying what I think she's saying, is she? Boy, this is a new low even for TikTokers. This is not how you celebrate Juneteenth, people. Show some respect, for Christ's sake. Wait till the NAACP finds out about this. And who performs with their back to the audience? What kind of a concert is this? It's like everyone's just a background character in her TikTok. See what I mean? She's one of those people who TikToks on the escalator.
People are so confused.
Then she points arrows at people and writes, "People are so confused." They're not confused. They despise you. That's what you're saying. They hate you. Look, then she just has a flashing arrow over this guy, as if he's the weirdo. You're the defect in the environment. Do you understand that? $10 million followers. Can you believe this? Meanwhile, this talented duo has 41 views.
I cannot give you everything. You know I wish I could. I'm so glad I've been there. Yeah, what is the afternoon, bro? Wish I could have so good for young,
This is what's touring the world. Imagine bringing your kids to this. Yeah, let's enable our children to idolize vapid no talents who worship themselves. Imagine inviting this to your party. What a moron. Why doesn't someone just pretend to knock into her right into the pool? If you're a female and you're watching this, can you explain to me how it's possible to even be friends with a person like this? I gotta imagine this is all they would do when you're hanging out with them. Just looking at themselves, looking at their phone. Everything's me, 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 me. Look, every step of her life has to be documented. Yeah, you're getting a haircut. Just get a haircut. Cool, you're in a library on your laptop. Will you be doing anything remotely interesting in this clip? No, of course not. See, now you see this? If you were friends with her, she'd make you go to the other side of the track, wait for a train to come, so you can film her standing on the other side of the train. That's what hanging out with this person would consist of. What a blast that must be. What an insufferable person. I gotta go take some antacids or something. Oh, I'm getting sick over here. Talk to you later. Oh boy, the hell is this now? Boy, they're really struggling for quality entertainment over at Chuck E. Cheese, huh? You know you're on the verge of bankruptcy when the Rainbow Bright impersonator you hired has Tourette's. The quality of Subway performers have gone down lately, too. He must be impersonating the type of sperm that leads to the birth of a YouTube moderator. Here you go. You want to save money on a wedding singer? Book Cramp and Katie and the Menstruals. They'll put a show on for you. Yeah, you got Corey Feldman doing a great job on the drums. Oh boy, looks like we got a rabid fan trying to break into the concert.
Yeah, you need to.
It's like Beatles mania all over again. Remember when people came together to watch him show up and play on a roof? Don't let me down. Yeah, now we come together to watch a guy eat cheese balls. Eat those balls! Eat those balls! Eat those balls! You think this is bad? Look at the level of entertainment happening on college campuses these days. Yeah, Apparently, untangling strawberry licorice laces is considered performance art now. You know, I'm starting to think we deserve a president who craps his pants on stage.
Distinguished guests, please welcome.
Now look, it's Webby Vanderquack. Must be on her way to the set of DuckTales the movie. I wonder what other celebrities we're gonna see today. What do you know? It's the Rock Obama. Yeah, they call him Bubbles. Guy's either riddled with tumors or this is the result of infected fire ant bites. Here we go. Just a couple Meta employees heading back from their lunch break. They got a lot of censoring to do. Here's another one. Looks like a mannequin came to life and walked out the clothing store. You know what's sad? These people's entire lives revolve around being noticed. Like this one. Look at her. Looking like a spinning toy top. Walking around thinking people are admiring her. Meanwhile, people are concerned she's suffering from elephantitis. Wherever you go, there's some sort of defective human behavior going on. Look at this guy. Now everyone's got to wait to use the escalator until Winnie the Dipshit's done filming himself pretending to be a 9-year-old girl twirling around in her bedroom. Where's Brock Lesnar when you need him? Here's another one. Guy would make a great linebacker. Instead, he's twirling around the streets like an albino Baloo. What a waste of potential talent. There we go. Imagine pulling into this gas station. Can't even use the pump because it's occupied by the Stanley Cup Brigade. Great, now everyone's daughters are addicted to smartphones and soup thermoses. How do these trends even start? What in the latte Pilates is this? If you need any more proof that Black Mirror is a docuseries, you might be part of the problem. Can't even leave the city. You got some bum throwing rocks on the freeway. Look at the chaos this guy's causing. Yeah, then he just waddles away into the night while everyone he's affected has to deal with the bullshit he's caused. You notice nobody ever protests these assholes?
An apparent homeless man was chucking rocks and it caused a motorcyclist to fly off his bike.
You could tell this guy's had enough.
1, 2, 3.
He's like, will you quit playing around and just cook the food? Yay, you can juggle an egg. Who gives a
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Here's a nice street to raise her kids on. What's more wholesome than watching Ursula walk around the roof of her house?
That is not single.
There she goes, right back into her living room. Now look, a free performance of bath salts on Broadway. That's a pleasant surprise. Not a bad day for a picnic. Just make sure you set up some furry traps around you. It's mating season, and these things are on the prowl. Or you could just get a quick snack at the convenience store. Can I just get my bottled water rung up, please? Jesus. Maybe you want to get out of the city for a new experience. You know, like watching someone drive on the pedestrian walkway. He's having fun. Or you could get on a plane and see a new city. Stop! Yeah, you can share a row with the bag lady who lives behind the bowling alley. You can stop in Kentucky and meet her dealer. Here he is.
I'm going to show you what this Kentucky boy's about, baby. Woo! Let's go! Whoa!
Or you could go to the nearest coast and follow this guy into the ocean. See, he's got the right idea. Go follow him to the lost city of Atlantis. That's one way to avoid all the nut jobs above ground. Ugh.
I just spiced up the intro a little bit. Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. Can I get me out of the text? Yay! There we go. Man, I could do this all night. That part with the TikToks, oh God, they are everywhere. And you end up like, a friend of yours uploads a short and you watch the short. And then if you dare scroll or wait like an autoplay or something like that, you're done. You see something and then it leads to the next, and it's the stupidity, man. It's all over the place. I can't believe it. Oh, I wonder if they knew this would happen when they gave out those smartphones to the dumb people. I don't know, man. I don't know if that was planned or if they were like, you know what, this is actually working better than we thought. People are so into themselves, it's not even funny anymore. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed all that intro, both the non-enjoyable part, that the minute we hit summer, wind dares to blow and off we go, like on fire, like completely on fire everywhere, like Los Angeles, New Mexico, Greece, Turkey, and that's just the first month. Wait up. It's not only 2024 that this is happening. You didn't know me back in 2021, right? So yeah, we've lost so much already. Like, I don't know, 60% of the oh wait, Canada, right? Let's not forget how much of Canada has burned. And then 60% of Portugal, 50% of Spain, Italy, Greece, all around those numbers. Tunisia, so many countries, wherever it's very convenient to add renewable sources of energy. So if you have the bare minimum of an IQ level, I mean, the bare minimum. I know I'm asking too much for the States. I know. But I've seen good examples. I see people that can actually add a couple of things together. So if you take a map of where it is feasible to install solar panels and you overlay it with the places that go on fire, you'll be surprised. And then if you take up where there is a wind potential, I've been dealing with solar panels and wind turbines. I dare to say before a lot of people were born, back in the 2000s. And I realized back then a lot of problems with them, that it just didn't make sense. But anyway, here we are now telling us that they actually do make sense. They call them renewables, like when a wind turbine fails, and you have to replace the blades, like they are renewable. They're not. We're just opening huge holes in the ground and we shove them there. And in fact, we have to pack them together because it costs a lot of money to get a lot of land. So we pack them so tight that nothing can grow in between. Solar panels are not renewable. So when you get new technology, but you've just invested to a lot of solar panels for your field, which you could grow tomatoes and feed somebody. Now you have solar panels, and then the new technology comes out and makes your investment obsolete. So you take a loan, and you say to yourself, "Oh, I'm not paying for it. It's gonna pay itself out." And yeah, but what happens to the previous solar panels? They're not recyclable. So rounding that up, that bull that they call renewable energy, I discovered back then that there is a map of potential, and there is a wind potential and a solar potential. Those two are not exactly the same. Like the strongest, I will speak for. I don't know exactly for the states where is the strongest, but it should be mid-south US and half of Mexico. Canada, solar panels, not worth the effort. Don't even buy them. I mean, seriously, they're going to tell you, don't buy them. Canada burns for wind turbines. So anyway, if you overlay those maps, the wind potential, the wind dynamic map, which you can find online, and the solar potential, and you put those maps together with where there are fires, you will come to the conclusion that global warming is very smart. It is actually burning the things, the places where we can install the things to save ourselves from it. It's smart. It's trying to help us. We're just not listening. And we insist that trees are actual green energy. Because there's only one invention that takes the energy from the sun and makes it food and housing. There's no other invention like that. But no, we're going to burn down all the forests. We're going to install green energy to them. And yeah, we might bomb you occasionally with some news that say we are losing 90% of birds that migrate. Who cares though, right? Like, the wind turbine surely doesn't care. It just slices through them. Anyway, yeah. So how's your summer? You're about to have fun? I'm gonna go swim? So welcome to the next study of the book of Revelation. And this intro has been unplanned, but very important for you, viewer, to understand that this is a lying world, and it is going to burn. And we have predictions about how it's going to happen. And together with those predictions, we have a map that is telling us how we will earn the next world that will be created with the flipping of two fingers, just like the first one was created. So don't waste your time trying to stop things that you can't, because you go ahead and recycle. I'm recycling too. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but do it for your consciousness. I mean, we're not gonna even talk about the people who just empty their ashtray in the water, in the sea, right? We're not gonna talk about those people. But still, I got some comments, and I already had to ban one person. So let me see what's going on over there. Okay, Jeff, you sound a lot like Crystal Methodist. And if I realize that it is you, guess where you're going? Why is it? Okay, so let me address my friend's comments here. You could just not scroll though. Wait a minute. Just not scroll. Where is that going? Was I scrolling or something? I don't know what you mean, Phantom. Hey, Jeff BBM shows up here from time to time. Yep, he does. Why is he surprised? He shows up from time to time, but he's watching all the time. And if he misses a show, his friends let him know what he missed. Why is it surprising that the places that are most of solar panels get more sunlight and also the ones that have more wildfires? It's called capitalism. So you should put a couple of dots together. The ink is invisible. And then this particular passage, misstep you handle. No, don't worry. Don't worry about mistyping my name, man. I worry about people not losing on salvation, missing out, not misspelling my name at all. I don't care. How many birds are killed by wind turbines compared to other human causes? Well, the thing is that we had the human causes already, and then we added a shitload over it. So if you look at wind farms, there is actually no way for any migrating bird to go through them. So as I was growing up, being an individual that actually cares for the problems of the world and the solutions that do not work, I was coming up with ideas of how we can do this without killing the birds. I'm talking 15 years ago. Like have some turbine with some net outside of it, that when the wind blows through it, the turbine would turn, but no bird could go in it. But have you ever heard of that problem of killing the birds? I mean, seriously, think about this. This is a reality. They are going under the wind turbines, and I am challenging you, when you find the wind turbine and you can like drive around it, stop your car, walk to it, and look down. You'll see the birds. They're everywhere. Do you want me to show you clips? YouTube it. So what they're doing is they have people that go every day on wind turbines, or not every day, like once a week or something, and they collect the birds so people don't see them. So the thing is that if they are actually caring, not for their pocket, but to save the planet, why are you hearing about this problem from me here? So you can say, or somebody else, oh, Achilles, you know, it's crazy. It's like, why are you hearing it from me? Why aren't there those that are creating them saying, yeah, we have a small problem with them. We are kind of killing birds, but we're working on it. Why have you never heard of it? You will hear it from WWF. You will hear it from Greenpeace. Not so sure about Greenpeace. Quote me on that. All right. Forget what's happening. I'm on. We are on at the end of chapter 8. We have seen the opening of the 6 seals, and on the 7th seal, we have gone up to the end of chapter 8, which is the 4 first trumpets. Okay, what's on? Okay, scrolling. Oh, yeah, but there's something to it. I don't know what it is. You're right. I could just not scroll, but there's something to it. I will by accident, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then it doesn't stop. I just keep going. And if somebody who despises that, cannot stop themselves from spending like an hour watching at stupid little TikToks, not TikToks, I don't even have a TikTok. I don't check TikTok at all. I'm talking about the YouTube shorts. But the thing is that if I watch a YouTube short from a pastor talking about Jesus or talking about evolution or whatever, my next short is not about that. It's about like, it's just, the only connection is the word shorts. That's it. So we use shorts on this channel because they actually bring a lot of subs and a lot of views. Like every time we have a big jump on subscribers, some where you two are hanging around them, some are saying, because I don't know, there's something evil going on within them, that we are buying subs. We have no need to buy subs. We do not monetize the channel. We just want to talk to people, and people can change their minds about a couple of things and realize how important salvation is and how true our Bible is. So it wouldn't make sense to buy fake subscribers. I mean, duh. But every time you see a big jump, like 50 subscribers, you will notice that we have uploaded a short. Shorts get a lot of views. And out of thousands of views, you get from 1 to 10% of that. No, 10% I think is a big number. You get it back in subs. People hit the sub button when they like a short. But after you watch one of our shorts, the next one that YouTube will bring up to you is going to be some stupid TikTok. I call them TikToks because they are short videos, you know, but they're not. It's not TikTok. Anyway, well, Jeff, your IQ just reminds me of my friend who I keep banning around. If you don't see how the dead birds relate to our times and Revelation and all that, there's not much I can do for you. Because he said that he's not sure, right? If you don't see that, go back to the first pages of your biology book and read how birds relate to the balance of a lot of biosystems on the earth. All right? This is not our focus here. No, Delta Sigma, this is not the case. First off, I don't check YouTube from an account. I have my account on another place and I VPN to that place. It's a physical VPN. I don't trust those that are software VPN. I'm a network administrator. So, and I delete my cookies every day, maybe twice a day. So what YouTube shows me is what it would show to anyone. Now, if I don't delete the cookies for quite some time, then I do get suggestions about the things that I've been watching, but not on shorts. Shorts, there is only one thing uniting them. It's the shorts word, nothing else. Like that, it is how it is. That's how it works. I am rude. You'll get to know me. I am. Because I know who it is that you are. And all right. Next so many of my, you see, I'm not rude with Delta Sigma, even though this is not his main account. I know his main account too, but when he talks, he says something that is actually of value. Like so many of my shorts are about cycling, and since I looked up wheel building earlier this week, now every other short is about wheel building. Shorts? You sure about shorts being wheel building or suggestions of videos? Yeah, you are right. Maybe that's the reason. But then if I do log in from my account here, then they know a lot more than just what shorts to suggest to me. So I'm not willing to give them that. I can if they pay me. If they want to know what I'm watching, they can pay me. I mean, I got nothing to hide, but I'm not giving it away for free. It's gonna get more aggressive. I'm reflecting your comments from the minute you got in, and it might get a little worse. Okay, so thank you for the intro. Yeah, this has been very interesting. So here we are. Here we were. And we stopped on Revelation 8:13, where it says, woe, 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 3 woes for 3 more trumpets of 3 angels that are yet to sound. So let's go to them. And now I don't have I'm having a small problem now. My problem is that I cannot control what Jeff will start typing. So I'm even wondering if I should give Delta Sigma a rent so he can do it for me. Everybody's busy, and it's also Saturday. Because you are the one that started being rude, and I'm just reflecting it. So I'm just wondering if I should just give you time out already. Because I know who you are. You can't hide from me. By the way, I'll just let you be for now and keep on going. I mean, you know, you ban one account, and then all of a sudden some new person comes in that calls themselves a plumber because they have a picture of like plumbing tools, and you're supposed to believe them. All right, take care, have fun. Glad to see you go. So, and the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Now, here's something interesting that does not relate to the verse, but it relates to the fact that I'm not lying to you, because you cannot verify the Greek and you cannot know if I'm lying to you. We've had previously on chapter 6, we saw that him was translated to them. And it was very important verse because it was talking about the writer of the book of Revelation, chapter 6. And it was saying them, implying the rider and the beasts, while the true verse was saying him, and then it continues saying under the beasts of the earth. But our trusted King James turned him into them. But who cares, right? So here we are. Him, H-I-M, him, okay? And we have afto, which I told you on chapter 6, that when you get the omega with the line at the bottom, it is a voice, dotiki, that doesn't exist anymore. It only existed in ancient Greek. But in the plural, it is O-I-S. So when you have it with O, it is always singular. There is no way to be plural. So you see here it says afto with an omega. It's not plural. And if I go back to chapter 6, it'll take me a minute. Give me a minute to find the verse. Oh, no, it's further up. I think it's on 8. Well, there we go. So do you see that this is exactly the same word? Afto. Okay, afto. A, what you would call Y, but it's epsilon in Greek. Afto. 4 letters, King James translators. Okay, afto. So let's go back to 9.1 so you can see that it's the same word, afto, okay? 9.1. Afto. Is this or is it not the same word? But if we go to chapter 6 on the King James here, boof. Sorry for that. I'll just go like this. And we go to 6.8. It says, and power was given unto them. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for doing this, but somebody has to expose the lie. All right? Yeah, he's attacking the word of God. No, I'm not attacking the word of God. I'm clearing the word of God from what men have done to it in translations for those that consider themselves civilized and they are the modern barbarians. Because you do not know Greek. Everybody knew Greek at the time. We have deteriorated. God's word has survived, but nobody can read it anymore. You have to trust translations. Let's see if other translations get this them into the true word that is he, him, not them. Power was given unto him. As you can see, it kind of changes the verse. First off, this is an error of the King James only. No other translation has hell. Okay. This is an error of the King James. Some other translations use other words, but go back to part G. I think we focused on chapter 6. Hades did not follow with him. It was after him. Power was given unto him, not them. The rest is okay, but it changes the whole verse. I don't want to explain why, because I spent a lot of time doing that last time. Not last time, but on part G or whatever that was. So let's go to Bible Hub and see about this them, because we verified the other words with Bible Hub. Let's see about the them part. NIV, they. NLT, these two. Right. Let's add another word too, right? Make it even more specific on the wrong. They, ESV. They, Berean. them, Liberian. King James, okay. King James, of course. NASB, please. Them. NASB 95, them. So I challenge you. I challenge you right now. Find somebody that knows Greek and bring him to challenge me on this. This is Dotiki. As you can see here, okay, it says name, onoma. I'll show you. That's how the spirit works. I plan different things and we end up on different things. But so onoma, I'll just press. Oh, I'm sorry. That was our channel. I don't know why I had it copied. Yeah, I know why, because there's a new bug on YouTube. Onoma, name. Okay, onoma is name. So we go onoma of him. Αυτό. Όνομα of him. Αυτό. I'm getting a little aggravated about this. So if you read here, it says his name. His name. But then when you read like 3 lines, 1, 2 lines further down, and you have the same word, αυτό, you get them. And you might think that that's not done on purpose. I rest my case. I lift my hands in the air and I'm like, I can't help you. Believe what you want. You have one Greek here telling you that this is done on purpose, so you can equate the rider with the beasts and make them one entity. The rider and hell, in this case, right? Hell and the rider with his name being death. Power was not given to the rider and to hell. Power was given to the rider. So that's why I'm doing this study, because there is no way for people to actually understand this book when you have one word being translated as him and where it matters the most being translated as them. Because everybody thinks that this is the Antichrist because of this error. A couple more. We've done this chapter 6 before. Let's see if any Bible gets this right. Them. Them. Which you can see all others say Hades here, not hell. If you say Hades is hell, this is exactly what I'm talking about you being a barbarian. Because check Greek mythology. Hades is not hell. Hades means to be dead. And it had a ruler called Hades. And he would decide, not he, there were 3 judges. And you would go to the judges, and the judges would decide if you would go to a good place of Hades or to a bad place of Hades. There was heaven in Hades. Not the heaven that we know, but the image of Hades that we have, there were 2. There was the Elysian fields, which was like what we bring up as heaven, not biblical heaven, but you know, what the whole world has for heaven, you know, this great place. And there was the heroic place, where if you were a hero, you would go to a super, super, super special place. So Hades is not hell. But anyway, we are here to find the they. They. But before, again, its rider was named death, right? It's the same word, αυτό, αυτό, αυτό. Always αυτό, but on one verse they translate it as him, and on the very next line they translate it as them, because it's convenient. because we want to turn him into an evil rider. Them. There we go. We got one Bible in English that told you the truth about this verse. Sheol, though, is the Hebrew equivalent of Hades. The word used on the text is Hades. So there might be other qualities of Sheol that I don't know. I know that Hades should be translated as Hades. I should not find another mythology of another people and use that name, because it could have different attributes. So this is the correct translation. Joined him, though. It's clear. Follows after him. You see here how this is the same with afto, but it's aftu. It's the same. It's a different voice, but this is the word him. He, him. It's like his and he. I cannot exactly describe this. So him, authority was given to him over a fourth of the earth to kill with the sword, with starvation, with death, and not by the animals of the earth, under. Υπό. Υπό. Let me find an English word with υπό. Hypothesis is one, which is under the thesis. That's why it's called a hypothesis. It's hypothesis in Greek. Υπό. Trying to find another. Hypo. Hyperbole is the opposite. It's hyper. So it's over. Υπό is under. So the verse is actually telling us that he will be given authority to do these things. I'm not saying these things are good, but he, not hell, he will be given authority to do these things under the beasts of the earth. Hey, Aramaic, I just spoke something good about you, but you just ruined it. We've had so much talk about changing the word animals to beasts, and then when you face the word beast, use again beast, which King James has done. But you, Aramaic Bible, went the other extra mile. You turned the word therion, which is therion, which is beast, to animal. Now that totally blows my mind. Like, Jesus. They. There we go. I don't like that Bible either. But, you know, that's the thing. Other Bibles fail in so many things, and then they just laugh at us by having the correct word translated on one thing. The word is him. Power was given to him, and it's very clear. Go find. It's very easy. Look up in around your block. You might gonna have to extend that church. I'm pretty sure they're not teaching Greek around your block, but you might have to extend the search a little bit and go knock on the door randomly. Find a teacher of Greek and give them this word, αυτό. and tell them, can you write it down for me in plural? You will see that they will write Ois, O-I-S. This is the singular. Them, they, them, they, I'm lost. Authority over 1/4 of the earth. Oh, they just removed it here completely, right? The new heart, whatever that is, they removed the whole thing. Authority over 1/4 of the earth. Who? Authority. What authority? Authority was given to him. Where is that here? Right? So don't tell me, oh, you're telling us that the word, we cannot find the true word. No. You have no excuse anymore. The tools are out there. See what I'm using here? I mean, if you don't care to see if hell is the right word and him or they are the ones that are going to do what they're about to do, it's up to you. Don't bring excuses. I'm just showing you what is. It's nobody's fault but yours. And I'm referring even to pastors out there, big names. Them. World English Bible, remove the verse again. Authority over 1/4 of the earth. Who? Authority. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, it was at the end. Okay, my bad. It was at the end, and it is correct. Was given to him. Authority over 1/4 of the earth to kill with the sword, with famine, with death, and by the beasts of the earth was given to him. Okay, let me see if the heart. Him. Okay, so sorry, New Heart English Bible again. My bad. They just flipped it. Authority over 1/4 of the earth to kill with the sword, with famine, with death, and under the beasts of the earth was given to him. Under, though, not by. Authority was not given to him by the beasts. And they're not wild animals. They're beasts. I mean, I know one known. I think I only know one person that cares to check the Greek words. I've never met others. So you have no excuse. Give me a minute. And that person is called my brother Stump. Stump in the earth. Stephen is good too, but when it comes to prophecy and revelation, he's like, I don't understand it much, so I'd rather not dwell in it, which I respect. What I disrespect or hate is people that speak about these things with authority. Like, trust me, I know. Because I've been through many Greek seminars. All right, I've talked about seminars before, and seminars on Greek, because you want to read your Bible, which means Christian seminars, they do not teach you Greek. They teach you the Greek that you need to understand, and it's like trying to paint and not explaining to you how colors match and they create other colors. It's like telling you blue is blue, red is red, green is green. I don't care how many hundreds of thousands of times this gets repeated in your seminars, you still don't know Greek. If you want to know Greek, you go to a Greek school, you pay a Greek tutor. It's very, 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 very simple. You find a Greek tutor, you bring him to your house, and he starts with ABC. That's not a seminar. That's learning Greek. I mean, I did that to learn English. But no, those pastors that speak about the Antichrist on chapter 6, they will not learn Greek. They will just tell you that they know, and it's very hard for you to know. But trust me, this is the Antichrist. That's what they're going to say. So anyway, I would like to skip just a point to add here that give me a minute to find what it is. Was it 2 Peter 3:8? I think. Let me see. No, it's not. But that's very funny that I found this verse here. But what I'm looking for is there is a verse in the Epistle of Peter that says that you should not be ignorant. Study to learn what God said. But people are not studying. People are reading, I'll give them that, but they're not studying. And high respect to my brother Stump. His channel is Stump in the Earth. We disagree on some things, but at least he's studying. He uses tools. He's trying to understand the roots of words and what the words mean. So let me close this. Let me see if I have to ban anyone, because for me this is too deep for caring for people who say, oh, this is a bad channel, you know, stuff like that. All right, okay, at least we got the plumber out. Okay. Delta, there have been sometimes, I don't know if you're even watching, there have been some times where we've been trigger happy. Depends on the period. And there could be a couple of people that did not deserve it, or you actually did. But I'll go ahead and remove it. I will remove it. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Having here chat if doesn't show up on StreamYard when your ban account, and probably still uses to make it. Thank you. Yes, thank you. This is actually very thoughtful, because there is this bug, yes, and this is very thoughtful. So thank you for it. If you were to translate the entire verse from Greek into English, so if I were to translate the entire verse of Revelation 6:8. Okay, before I get to this, because this is where we're going to continue, I'll get to your other comments. You are right. In Greek, it would be gamma, not gamma, gamma. So it will be alpha, beta, gamma. And at least when it comes to that, to G and gamma and stuff like that, I've done some part, but I'm not a teacher, which is, you can find it under this channel called Greek Hellenic 101 and 102. This will help, I promise, immensely with pronouncing stuff. You can read the Greek word and immediately know how to pronounce it if you follow those two classes. But when it comes to understanding, yes, we gotta start and respect any language that we start, not by going from the end, understanding words, and then going back and tracing them and trying to understand how they got together. We should start on the ABC of a language, and that's why we call it the ABC. And understand how the one letter with the second letter, they get together and they create, let's say, it, right? And we move from that. This is how you learn a language. But my problem is not, I'm not trying to force people to learn Greek. I'm trying to make people understand that they need to study their Bible, listen to many pastors, but verify what they're saying, just like Paul said that the Bereans did, and they were noble for doing it. They were verifying if Paul was lying to them by reading the Bible. And yes, back in the day, the Bereans that he was referring to were Berean Jews. And because Veria, this is how it's called in Greek, Veria, has a big area called the synagogue, which is Jewish. And it was even bigger at those times. So when he says that they were checking the scriptures, he meant the Hebrew scriptures. English translations did not even exist back then. So when he came in and he was saying something, probably on Hebrew, he was talking to them in Hebrew, they would go back to the Hebrew books and verify if what he was telling them was true. We gotta keep doing this. I might be lying to you. You see, the definition of a false prophet, if you look up the word false, it is pseudos, and it means pseudo-prophetis. And pseudos is the word lie. So somebody who is a lying prophet would lie to you by definition. So that's why when we get the verse about false prophets, we are called to examine their fruits, not their words, not their faces, their fruits. If I am not lying to you, this is a fruit. This is something that comes out of me for you. And yes, it needs verifying. So I tell you, it's the truth. But unfortunately, that's what a liar would say as well. There's nothing I can do to change that. They were probably checking the Septuagint. Yeah, there's an issue. There is an issue there, though. We brought up the Septuagint, and I have it stored here. I can bring it up. And they're not. King James claims that it goes by the Septuagint. That's why it's very different. But the Septuagint is not what King James is translating. Now, why? I don't know. Now, I kind of know. I kind of understand why. Yes, I agree with you. It does sound a little weird, but the verse does say, kill with death. Oh, okay. Well, okay, my response about the King James supposedly being based on the Septuagint, that's correct. But what you meant was this. No, it didn't exist back then. It was Paul's writings. So when Paul was writing, the Septuagint didn't exist. And in his writings, he's saying that the Berean Jews were more noble than the Thessalonian Jews, because what I've been telling them, they verify the scriptures daily to see if it is true. So the Septuagint did not exist back then at all. They were checking the Hebrew that they had. But Paul also wrote in Greek. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think so. But that's, a couple hundred years after Paul. 250 or so years after Paul. Give me a minute. So let me give you, BC. Before. Well, you are right. The Septuagint is you're right. Yes. I'm sorry. I have too much in my head and about the study, about the answers. And yes, the Septuagint is the Greek translation of the Hebrew. You are right. But I don't know if it existed back then, but I know for sure that he was referring to Jews. He says the Jews of Berea, the Berean Jews, were more noble than the Thessalonian Jews. And he was a Jew, so probably he was talking to them in Hebrew. All right? I mean, that's the best way to verify. But even if they were Greek Jewish, and they were reading the translation, the Septuagint, they were still doing it. They were still verifying if Paul himself was lying to them. A man who, saw Jesus in his dream and changed his whole life. And changed his life from being a Jew of works to accept the Messiah, that the Messiah arrived. So that was a big change, right? Yeah. So let me though get to this because it's very important. I am not sure it's not there. Yes. So I'm bringing this up and now I'm gonna share the screen. I wonder. No, if I share the screen, the comment will disappear. So let me translate the verse. You know what? What I can actually do is go ahead and read the previous verses too. I've actually done that on previous part. So let's not being repetitive, but I will read this. And behold, the thing is that there are other problems that run earlier. So the King James has changed this to beasts, and they are not beasts. They are animals. And these animals are very specific. And if somebody knows their Bible, then these specific images, this specific imagery of those four animals was given to us by Ezekiel twice, if not more. I've only found it twice. And they are angels. They are cherubims. So translating them into beasts, there is an issue because, yes, a beast is an animal, but the correct word that exists there is beings full of life. And if you have the word beast later on, clearly separated by the word therion, these are different animals. We cannot make them all beasts because this is a book of symbology. If we're like, whatever with symbology, let me just write, yeah, okay. But so 6:8 translates to this. And behold, and I saw a green horse or a fresh horse or a tender horse, but surely not a pale horse. Pale sounds diseaseful. Chloros could be not yet ready, very fresh, full of life, because I'll show you how sinister this is. I'll copy it, Control C. No, I'll just copy it like this, so whoever watches this sees that I copied it. Go to Google Translate and paste it here. What you get is green, but that's not the exact translation, because the color green is written like this. Prasino. That's green. That's the color green. So if I type here prasino, you're going to get every green, like green skirts, right? Green. That's a green wall. That's because I wrote green. So that's the color green. But the word chloros, what it means is fresh. And a good example that I found to describe this is when you eat greens. They call them greens, but there are some that are not green. So green means the plant that has not matured yet, that is fresh. But here's where it gets very interesting, and why I'm saying that this hasn't happened by accident. If I paste the word again, chloros, and I change one letter to it, the R, the Greek R, and change it to M. Oh, I'm sorry, the Greek M. Hey, look, it becomes pale. So from my perspective, which is a Greek, I see those translators saying, go figure that out, guys. I mean, yeah, good luck. It's just one letter, and it changes the word. Because the word whole is not the same with the word home, because one letter changes. It's a different word. So is chloros and chlomos. They are different words. Now, I've heard the next defense to this, not that you are defending. Thank you for your assistance, actually, right? But I've heard people who are so scared of doing the actual study, and they're slothful, and they are bringing up the next excuse. And the next excuse is, wait a minute, I forgot it. No, another one came to my mind. Well, that's just your opinion, man. You know, that's another one that just popped in my head. But no, the next line of defense is, what was it? Oh, yeah, got it. Yeah, but that's the ancient Greek, modern Greek. So the response to that is no, I don't only know modern Greek, I also know ancient Greek, because we're getting taught ancient Greek in school. There's a difference in the educational system of Greece and the States. I hope I'm not the first one to bring this to your attention, but our high school is your university. I know, because I've been to your university. And when I took physics and the professor was asking stuff, I arrived at the point that I didn't want to raise my hand anymore, because nobody else did in the room, and I knew these things from high school. Like, I was on the 4th year of my university studies, and people around me in physics, they didn't know the difference between the alternating current and the, well, what's called in English? Direct? No. Come on. AC/DC, alternating, and I know them. I know the names in Greek, but now it's so many words, one brain. I'm pretty sure you already gave me the answer in the comments. I'm not checking it out. So whatever it is, the thing is that I believe that this has happened on purpose here. This cannot happen by accident. The word is green. So 6:8 translates to this. And behold, and I saw a fresh horse, and the one sitteth on it, his name is Death, and Hades is following after him. And it was given to him authority over the fourth of the earth to kill with sword and with pestilence, I think, pestilence, hunger, not pestilence, in sword and in hunger and in death, and under the beasts of the earth. Now, because, you know what, I want to go back to chapter 9, but I want to bring something else here. We are on Revelation 6. I forgot to do this when we were on Revelation 6, and since we came back, I think this could be the right time to do this. My belief is that this is not the Antichrist, and I found a lot of errors. If you go back, you will see that we've turned this into red. Like, there are so many errors. I can start pointing them out right now, but we have a previous show, I think part G or part E, F, I'm not sure, I don't remember. You should take them from the beginning. So when we reach chapter 6, we pointed out all this. So my belief is that these are good riders. Good. There are bad things that are going to unfold, but there is only one with authority. So I believe that they reflect things of the final horse on Revelation 19. By the way, on Revelation 19, there is one verse that is missing from every English translation. It's just not there. Half of it is missing from all translations. I'm sorry, I'm not the one that did this. I'm the one that is exposing it, because if I don't, who will? But we'll get there later. Now, the thing is that we are on Revelation 6, and we start on 1, and we start reading about the horses. Funnily enough, if you go to Zechariah, and you go again to chapter 6, and you start on 1, you are reading about 4 chariots. And it goes all the way to 6:8. 6:1 to 6:8, and on the book of Revelation, 6:1 to 6:8. And these riders in the book of Zechariah are appearing twice. The first one is on chapter 1, and then on chapter 6. So I've given you, viewer, where to look to see another alternative to the norm of what these riders are. These riders in the book of Zechariah are somewhat protectors, angelic, but I'm gonna leave this to you, or maybe we'll get there at some further down, because I still now want to go to chapter 9, but I did forget to go to Zechariah chapter 6. And if I do go to Zechariah, I will still want to verify what the translations are saying. I do have the interlinear here, which I highly suggest. You can find this on scriptureforall.org, and you can download this. It's a very good tool, and it was suggested to our ministry from one of the translators of the Dead Sea Scrolls, which we had an interview at some point, and I asked him which tool should we use, and he suggested this. So scriptureforall.org, go press download, get the interlinear, and you will see there. Let me show you if you're still around, my brother, because I don't see you. I'm not over there. You see here, chloros is translated to green. Again, green is not the accurate translation because green is a distinct word. It's prasino. So, but it's still not pale. And here it says, and the one sitting on it had the name to him, Avto, to him, right? You see here, Avto, to him. And if we go further down, he was given, and him was given. No, Avtis. You see here it says Avtis. Now that's the plural. But that's not the text. Now, I don't know what this interlinear is doing, man. I'm just face palming right now. The text says Avto. It doesn't say Avtis. If it said Avtis, the translation is correct. It is to them. But it says Avto. It's this word right here. Now I don't know, man. I mean, even the interlinear has a different word here. Avto, but here they change it to Avtis. So which manuscript is this based on? Because if this is the manuscript that the other translations are translating, well, I guess they are right. But the one that I know, and I have right next to me, let me see. I have it right here. Him, the book that I'm holding in Greek, ancient Greek, says him. So let me show you what this guy here says in the translation, which is not in the Greek translation of the Greek ancient text, which is it is, I was about to say, it's not a translation. He has added an interpretation to this. But what he's saying sounds more like the truth that I see too. But I can't find where it is. Give me a minute. So on Revelation 6:2, where it says, and behold, and I saw a white horse, and the one sitteth upon it has a bow, and it was given to him a wreath, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is not. Oh, okay. I can actually go back here. Wait. 6-2. He was given a wreath. Wreath or wreath? I don't know how to pronounce this. Wreath, I guess. And he came out. So the correct word here is not conquering. Interlinear, wrong. I'm sorry. I will attack them all together. I don't care. If they have the wrong word, I will go for the truth. I don't care how many translations I have to go against. Nikon comes from the word victory, Nike, what you know as Nike. He came out victorious, and for victory is the correct translation of 6-2. But this guy here, on the book that I'm holding, has added his opinion, but I'm going to share this opinion to see that it's not just me that is saying this. I mean, I don't want opinions when it comes to translations. I don't want them. But coincidentally, listen to his opinion. And behold, and I saw a white horse, and the one that was seated on it had a bow, and he was given a wreath, which is a symbol of his victory and of his kingship. That's not in the text, but that's exactly what I'm talking about, too. The rider who was preaching the gospel came immediately victorious, and he will continue being victorious all the way to the end. Again, that's the opinion of the guy. It's not a guy, it's a bishop, right? Who has translated, his name is Trebellas. But his opinion is that this is not the Antichrist. We get more details about the final horse that is coming at the end. It would be very weird for the Bible to use the word horse for the second coming and horse for the Antichrist. Because we have chapter 13 talking about the Antichrist, and it calls it a dragon. But of course, those that don't want to get into the actual words say that we know that the Antichrist will copy Christ. That's why that's him, because he is copying Christ. There's no stopping this. If they don't want to actually study, they will say anything. Phew. Let me take a break from this huge parenthesis and see comments. Wow. Hello, Brother Bruce. Welcome. I hope you enjoy this. I surely enjoy everything I hear from you, Bruce. Don't worry about how many times they will try to attack you. Please don't worry. I don't see you worrying. I'm so happy for that. Don't. Keep going. And with that style that you have, I just laugh so hard. Okay, so I do want to, let me say this for my brother who just joined. This part will go into the playlist that started on part A, and we are now on part I, which is to go through all of the book of Revelation and give you some objective things and some subjective things. The objective things are going to be the language. I am attacking translations. I am saying that on the book of Revelation, the King James has done a lot of errors. but it is very hard to find one Bible that gets all those errors right without having worse errors. So indeed, the King James is the Bible we trust. But at the same time, if we do want to understand the book of Revelation, at least we should have the correct words. We cannot have changing one letter so the meaning can change, and then add a different word and create a different picture and expect people to get the right message. So I'm trying to assist with that just because I'm Greek. Then when I do add a subjective opinion, I'm saying it. I'm saying, guys, that's my opinion. For example, my opinion is that wherever it says stars falling on the earth, it's not referring to stars. Because if one star falls on the earth, I take the Bible literally. Everything it says is coming true and will come true. So if one star falls on the earth, there will be no more earth for the rest of the revelation to unfold. So these are not stars. These are angels. Fallen angels. And I will verify that when we go to chapter 12, which I kind of hoped that today I would read through 9 all the way there, but I was wrong. I don't know why. I just let it flow and see where it goes. And we went a little back on chapter 6 today, where it is the most heavily affected chapter 6. And that's why every pastor out there sees the Antichrist on chapter 6. I don't. And the online manuscript that I'm using doesn't either. And the book that I have next to me doesn't see the Antichrist either. So I feel like it's an obligation of a Greek to assist on that, because I love John MacArthur. I love him. Like, if you open up my heart, you'll find him there. But at the same time, not only is he wrong on this, I am upset with his certainty about it. The same goes with Steven Anderson. Those that I respect on the subject are those that say, I don't get it, therefore I'm not going to preach with certainty. I can say, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. That I respect. I can't do the certainties when it comes to the book of Revelation. So going back, I don't know, maybe I should kind of end this, right? I just got off on the wrong foot. Yeah, maybe. Delta, just for the laugh of it, right? If I start off on the wrong foot with someone, it's the boot. That's my wrong foot. So again, if Jeff is not who I think it is, who I named earlier, then he saw the style, the depth, and the aggravation of my studying. So he now knows not to come in and say, I was told this is a good channel, but turns out it's not, because that will be the wrong foot next time. I'm not doing this for people that disagree. I'm doing this for people that want to study. And if they don't, now this comment I will address, and that is a comment that has something to offer, and that's why I will respond to it. In chapter 12, we will read, and I'm not bringing it up because I don't want to confuse people with the study as it's going. Supposedly here we would start on 9, the reason we went back on 6 is because we faced the word afto again, which is A-Y-T-O, and it has been translated by the King James as them, but it is not. It is him. So when we faced it on chapter 9, they translated as him. So that really made me wonder, wait a minute, guys, why do you do that? Like, why? I'm trying to bring them back again. Give me a minute. That's why we went back on 6. So let me hit the back here. We arrived here, and it says, and the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him, to the angel, was given the key of the bottomless pit. It doesn't say to them, it's to him. And the word is exactly the same, afto, which if you make it plural, it becomes aftis. It is crucial. It's for a Greek, it's blinding. There is no way for this to be them. So my question was, why do they get it right here? Why do they know it means him, but when it comes to the rider and hell, they change him getting the power to them, meaning him and hell got the power. That's different. So if you guys believe that the book of Revelation is like the story of the 3 little pigs and the wolf, and you accept changes like that, go ahead. For me, it's terribly important to delete the errors if we want to understand it. Get them out of there. We cannot have loose translations of a book full of symbology. You cannot have the word beings full of life, chapter 4, being translated to beasts, because on chapter 8, I think it was, or here, where was it? That we see the name, the word beast, Therion. Oh, and it's the same, chapter 6. Okay, it was in chapter 6. And you translate Therion as beast as well, because now everything is beasts. A beast does this, a beast does that, a beast does this. No, there's a clear distinction. These are living animals, and they are not living animals. They are animals that represent life. They are cherubims. They are angels. And we know that because we have the description of them: lion, eagle, face of a man, eyes all over them. And those descriptions are given to us on Ezekiel 1 and Ezekiel, I think, 7. And he's describing the exact same words and says what they are. They are surrounding the throne of God. So these are animals of life. I'll take it a step further and say of the living gospel. These are animals of Jesus. They are angels. Jesus is life. You cannot change that word to beasts, and then wherever you have beasts, use the same word. You cannot just do that and expect people to understand what they're reading. And going back, I did not forget where I started this from. So on chapter 12, we read that Satan loses the battle on heaven, and woe upon the earth, because he will fall on the earth now, right after the rapture, right after the woman gets on the wings of the eagle. And we get it twice. The same verse, we get it twice in the book of Revelation. And as he falls, he takes with him to the earth 1/3 of the stars. 1/3 of the stars is exactly the number of the angels that have rebelled against God with Satan. And we know from Paul in the book of Thessalonians that there is coming, what will come is a great deception. So this is an opinion that I have about the stars. I believe so far it makes perfect sense, because you cannot have one star falling on the earth, let alone 1/3 of them. Here's where the rest of the opinion is coming. What is coming, ladies and gentlemen, is an alien deception. Demons are going to pretend to be aliens. They're going to be fallen angels. And they're going to tell us that, oh, we've brought you like so many gifts. All you have to do is understand that we come from another place. And Jesus did not die on that place. So, accept that your religion is not true. And we'll give you the cure for cancer, green energy. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's what I believe that is going to happen. And if it does, it's going to be after the rapture. It kind of makes sense, because Satan has a plan for when the rapture happens. You see, there is a difference between atheists and Satan. Satan believes. Satan is not an atheist. Satan knows that God is real. He knows what happened on the cross. He knows he is defeated. And that's why he will fall on the earth mad. And he is already, because he knows his end is coming closer. So when he reads the word of God, he knows it's going to come true. You might not believe in a rapture, but it's clearly stated by Jesus and recorded in all Gospels and in the book of Revelation. So it's happening. And Satan is ready for it. Do you think he will allow this world to say it was a rapture? Because if you read in the book of Thessalonians, I think it's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. 2 Thessalonians, let me go. Why not? Let's do something, because I'm just looking at an empty screen. 2 Thessalonians, not Greek. Let's see if that's the right verse, first off. Man of lawlessness. Yes, this is it. So I'll bring it up in here. And I'll go King James. Don't think that I'm a King James hater, but when it comes to the book of Revelation, I will not take no for an answer. It messed it up. The question is, did it happen by accident? You want my answer? No. And then south that wicked. All right. Well, you know what though? Now I want to bring the Greek. Wicked or the lawless one? Because what I remember is the lawless one. Why wicked? Why what the wicked? It just annoys me. Bring up the book. I know you can say right now, hey, Achilles, we don't have your book. I know. But you know what, though? I'll write my email. You give me your address. I'll send you a Greek book. The thing is that it's better to just find it online, right? But before I do it online, I wanna read it straight up here and see what the word is instead of okay, you know what, I'll just do this so you have a view as well. Bible 2:8. Okay, anomos. The word anomos, let me zoom in. The word anomos is the negating alpha, and nomos is law. So the one of no law, the man of lawlessness. That's the correct translation. King James, wicked. So then the lawless one, NASB, come to the rescue, please. Then that lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will eliminate with the breath of his mouth and bring to an end by the appearance of his coming. Okay, wait. See, I'll take now NIV, which we call the non-inspired version because we don't like it, me included, right? But look at the translation. The coming of the lawless one will be in accordance with how Satan works. Doesn't that make sense? But if you read the same version, King James, it says, even him whose coming is after the work of Satan, with all powers and signs and lying wonders. Wait, what? The coming of the lawless one will be in accordance with how Satan works. He will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that serve the lie. Let me go to the Greek and read to you from there. His presence will be in all the force of Satan with signs and huge lies. Not lies, it's not a plural, and a big lie. This is important because it's been mistranslated as lying wonders from the King James. And if you look around you, oh, there are lying wonders, of course. But if you get the right translation, it's talking about one big lie. Let me see if we have it right here. Does that happen? Do they proceed on the next one? No. So where is it? Here, the Berean false wonder. You see, it doesn't say wonders. That didn't happen by accident. The reason it says false wonder is because what is written in Greek is terasi pseudos, a monstrous is the correct translation, a monstrous lie. You see, as we said earlier, OIS is plural, so the signs and wonders is a plural, but here this is not plural. It's one humongous lie. So let's put this now together. The coming of the lawless one would be with all the acts of Satan, all the power, the strength of Satan, with signs and a huge, monstrous deception. So you can find this if you write the Great Deception. You will see that there are many pastors out there that you see here. I typed in the Great Deception and it takes me to this chapter, 2 Thessalonians 2:3, the Great Deception. So it is one great deception. It is one big lie. I believe that lie is aliens. Where do I get that from? First off, experience. I'll leave this for last. I'll go to the second. If aliens arrive, they immediately, by their appearance, prove evolution. They prove the part of evolution that has to do with space and with the vastness of space, which I was first to believe in it before you do, viewer. I'm 42 years old. I believe in that stuff from maybe 7. I bought my first astronomy book by collecting money to get it, and I think I was around 8. And space is my thing. I just loved it. I was the guy who at 20s didn't care for women. I cared to take DVDs with me when I was going to vacating with friends. They would take their colognes so they can go out and meet girls. I would take DVDs and a laptop so I can teach them about Carl Sagan, and how the vastness of the cosmos, the backbone of night, our galaxy, all that stuff. I was the one believing in them when I was 20. Now it's been 20 plus years after that, and I've changed my mind. And my mind is that the Bible does not speak of other worlds. There is only one verse that speaks of other worlds, and you can only find it in King James. But if you look at the word, it's in Hebrews. I'm not exactly sure where. I think it's chapter 3. We know that God created the worlds. It's not worlds. The word is eon. And it's very hard to mistake that word, because it comes from the Greek word eones, and it has turned into eon. So Bible says that God created the heaven and the earth, and then he created the stars. He didn't say he created many earths, and that Eve is the mother of all living. So when aliens arrive, those verses get destroyed, and our Bible becomes metaphorical. So that's the first thing they will accomplish by arriving, spreading mistrust in the Bible and in the Genesis account. The next thing they will accomplish is saying that don't worry about the rapture. We took them. They were ready to go to a very special place that we have created for you too. All you have to do is follow what we're going to tell you to do, and you'll go there too. Now, there's something in your mind, whoever you are, viewer. I'm even referring to friends and believers, that says that's impossible. That would never happen. Nobody would fall for that lie. Let me just remind you what happened in 2020. The whole world changed because supposedly somebody cooked a butt. And I don't want to say you, but y'all fell for it. So don't tell me that if all the media support it, you will not believe it and push aside all those that don't. Put them on the fringe. Conspiracy theories like Bible believers, Oh, the fringe is coming, fellow Christians. We are about to get cornered. But the rapture comes first. The things that are about to unravel on the earth are terrible. So you want to be on the ship. And here's something that I think I should end this study with. I'm sorry today, maybe it wasn't much of a verse-to-verse study. I just went loose. But let me tell you this, if you are not a Christian yet, there is something very interesting with Christianity and with the rapture, the departing eagle, the departing ship, which I resemble to an ark. It doesn't matter how late you arrived to the party. You might have arrived last and be in it. It does not matter. What matters is how much with your heart you have arrived. There certainly are people in the race way before you considered it. You're jumping in and ahead of them, in front of them, and there is a seat waiting on you. So you're not left behind. You are not behind. Just make up your mind, realize that I've been buying lies, and God is love, and he would sacrifice his son for me because he loves me that much, and he would bring him from the dead. Admit it in your heart, confess it to someone with your mouth, that someone, not anyone, that someone that will tell you, I don't believe in that stuff. Start a discussion with them and say why you believe it. Once you do, once you start it in your heart. So when you do that, John 3:16 says you will be saved. And there's another verse, which I don't remember where it is, that says, you and your household. For me, that's so important. Your household. You're going to save your household by bringing them on board. So I say that's a father's responsibility, a husband's responsibility, a wife's responsibility. If your husband is way far away from arriving to the truth, all you have to do is for you to arrive to the truth. Admit it in your heart, confess it with your mouth, and you will be saved, you and your household. There is no word in the Word of God that is not going to come true. So there is no way he just added that there by accident. So if you caught this video from the beginning, then you saw this intro with the fires, which I will play again as an outro. Because the thing is that the world will perish, and we are getting to it. We are that close. We are 2,000 years after Christ. The calculations say that the time is now. And it's not just calculations. It's so many verses that get verified. The times of Noah, the times of Lot. Jesus says in two different places that the times will be like Noah's and the times will be like Lot's. And we experience both those times. In the times of Lot were Sodom and Gomorrah, and in the times of Noah, it was self-accomplishments. It was what the American dream is, let's just say. Self-righteousness, becoming great and living your life, not respecting God. So the other verse is here on the background. Read this while I'm reading some comments. Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome to join, Jeff. No, I know English though, and wicked does not mean lawless. You see, the word in Greek is anomos, and the best way to translate that is less, and the word law, lawless. Wicked is different things. So does matter. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're again at 2 hours. RCG, which one is RCG? I will go now to Bible Hub to see which one that is. I've lost the tab. Which one is, guys, which one is the RCG? I don't even know. Help me. Can you write what that is? RCG? I'm not sure. I'm definitely sure that I don't know. I'm sure I know that I don't know what RCG is. Rosicrucian? What is this? So Timothy is, until Jeff tells me what RCG is, Timothy is being told that there will be terrible times in the last days. In the last days. Not in Timothy's time, in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves. Check your TikTok to see them. Lovers of money. Just look around you. Boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love. Without love. No, the correct word used here is heartless. Heartless. Yes, it is without love, but I love the heartless part because I see it all around me. Unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of good, treacherous, rash, I don't remember the word used here, and I don't know rash. Conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, have nothing to do with them. Timothy. In English translation that I prefer, I think it's like 1982. That verse in it is closer to your translation. Unlawful one is the correct translation. Without law, lawless. And what is the law? The law goes all the way back to the Ten Commandments and the book of Deuteronomy. So the one that does not respect that, the one without law, and that's the Antichrist. Yeah, there are people that said, oh no, he came already, he was like Titus or Nero or whatever they say, according to when it is convenient to say one or the other. But there are so many things that verify that no, there is a person coming. And I watched the videos recently from Lion of Judah. It's called the YouTube channel. You can go and check it out, Lion of Judah. I think it's their previous upload, not their latest one, the one before it, that says something very important. There has never been a time before that one person can control so many countries. 250 years ago, the United States fought for independence. Around the same time, Greece fought for independence. India fought for independence. And then we all gave that independence away to the World Health Organization, to NATO, to the UN, to the EU. We did, not you. Okay, you're excluded from the EU. So if somebody takes hold of, let's say, the EU, he now controls all the countries of the EU. Yes, but not the whole world. But NATO, he is in control of a beast of iron, because that's what the Bible says. It's describing the beast. And it's not just one beast. There are two beasts. And you go back to the book of Daniel and get more details, but we will do that when we make it to chapter 13. If we ever make it to chapter 13. I think the way I'm going with this, we're probably reaching the end of the book of Revelation at the letter Z. I'm sorry for that. I'm trying. But there are so many things. It's like so rich. And in order to bring out the richness, there are so many corners that we have to take turns that I didn't expect. So at least today we had a discussion about what is coming. Maybe some realized how serious this is, how true it is. Maybe with the introductory discussion, they realized that there is no global warming. It's called revelation. It's called the apocalypse. It's not going to last 1,000,000 years. It's going to end much, much sooner. And they better get themselves saved. They owe it to their family. Okay, I've never heard of RCG. ESV, I know people that read it, but even those people, they don't trust it fully. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I was here to tell you that your translations are 100% accurate. I wish I was here to tell you that. It's not the case. What can I do? Not tell you? Jeff, in case you are not who I thought you were, I am sorry with all my heart. That's why I came out rude. Because I thought you are a specific person who, if he is listening, I actually have nothing against him. He keeps attacking this ministry with every possible way that he can, so he's forcing me to be against him. So if he chills down and he tunes it out at some point and admit that he's been a bit of a GERK, I will not be as mean with him. I will start unbanning his accounts. No, don't be sorry. Maybe it was all me. Don't be sorry too. So BBM, my regards, and I'm gonna play this 2-minute intro as an outro, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because I'm warmed up and I want to continue tomorrow instead of letting a day pass. So thank you everyone for being around. A 2-minute outro. If you didn't watch the intro, this is it again. It's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So please notice it. Please watch it. It is of some importance. You do need to realize how important our times are. And before I press play, I want to say that although I say 2024 in this intro / outro, that doesn't mean that last year was better. It just means that this year is worse. The closer we go, the worse it gets. Last year was bad. Year before it was bad. The year before that was bad. There is actually no tree left around where I live. Fires are raging And the problem with fires is that they don't want to put them out because they want to install wind turbines. I know, because we had to drag fire employees, firemen, out of their trucks and use their water, because they were telling us that we have orders to only use water if a house is at peril. So we had to drag them out and use their trucks. Civilians. I've also uploaded a video on my channel. We had a huge forest fire going on, and I caught the head of the fire department calling all the trucks to go and protect a club, a tennis club. So I've brought together in the screen how many fire trucks went to one tennis club, 8, and how many were protecting homes, none. So that's why, as somebody who has experienced this and was forced not to return to my burning house, and I had to sneak in it, I will not take global warming for an answer, because it's an experience thing. And now that I also mentioned the word experience, yeah, I do have some experience with those that they call themselves aliens. We might get there at the Q&A section at the end of our study. The thing is that Satan will come to you with whatever lie you believe in. If you believe in talking frogs, he'll come as a talking frog. I believed in aliens. So he came to me as aliens in my sleep, in my dreams. Not once, many times. Okay, let me say this. At one time, they told me, we are looking for hypocrites for the end. So I didn't take that seriously, but then at some point I realized what the word hypocrite actually means. Because what you think it means is a hypocrite. Well, that's not the origin of the word. The origin of the word comes from the ancient Greek theater. A hypocrite is the one under a mask. Remember, I was looking for a word with hippo, and I said like hypothesis. Here's one, hypocrites. And what it means is being under a mask. So in the ancient Greece, if you called someone a hypocrite, he would say, no, I'm a plumber. Because he thought you just called him an actor. It didn't have a bad meaning. It was the actor. So what they told me was that they were looking for actors for the end. I didn't wake up in a day. That happened like 10 years ago. So everybody, Army salute, which I also have around here. Let me give you some of that. Yep, there we go. Ta-da! I'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. See you soon.
summertime, and the living is easy.